a number on here. So while I'm looking for them on ESPN, I can find the fucker. So I'm going to put ESPN's ranking here too. We both have Florida at 1. You can scroll to them. I can tell you where they have them marked. So San Jose is at 2. Montreal at 3. LA at 4. Hey, and we agree with ESPN on 2 of them. Colorado at 5. Vegas at 6. They done fucked that one up. St. Louis at 7. Arizona at 8. I'm gonna keep the page up myself. Boston Bruins at 9. Edmonton at 10. But I figure what we can do is we can do a countdown for us, and I can tell you where ESPN has them ranked, so you can scroll to that, so we don't have to go through and fucking look for them. The Islanders are at 11. Vancouver Canucks at 12. We're really close with them. We have them at 11. Washington at 13. We can play around with that for another one. Anaheim at 15. New York Rangers at 16. The fuck do we have the Rangers over there? Pittsburgh at 17. Dallas at 18. Winnipeg at 19. New Jersey at 20. Minnesota Wild at 21. Man, they done fucked that one up too. Blackhawks at 22. Buffalo at 23. They done fucked that one up. Seattle at 24. Nashville at 25. Carolina at 26. One spot off from that one to green. Ottawa at 27. Columbus at 28. Toronto at 29. Calgary at 30. Philly at 31. And Tampa getting the last spot. All right. Got us up on the YouTubes. Holy shit. I don't know how to find us on the YouTube. Oh, does that mean I'm gonna have to
There we go.
follow it?
You're not following the Lunchroom Syndicate?
Why do you I like how you have our channel name in the title of the video.
Yeah.
Can you talk? Because I don't think I have it.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes,
Oh,
yes, yes,
there
yes.
you are. Okay.
What's going on? Everything good?
Everything's good.
How you
I
like the
mean,
set? How you like the setup I have?
that'll work.
I used the layout. I figured. I figured why not? It was there for the taking.
Yep.
Yeah, in the bottom left is where I would put the image slideshow, and if yeah, that's actually a really good idea for future reference. It probably wouldn't even take me that long to get set up now, but it'd probably take me like 20 minutes, and I don't feel like taking 20 minutes to do it.
Oh well. As the title says, we're doing some ranking today. The NHL recently released their previews for the reverse retro jerseys.
That they did, and let me just say there are some absolute bangers and some absolute wangers.
Bangers and wangers.
Bangers and wangers.
I I think overall they did good. Um, I don't think outstanding. I think this is just kind of. I think they went pretty conservative with most of them.
Yeah, they did this
Not
last
with
year.
all of them, but with most.
They did this last year too, and I think last year's was more vibrant and a little bit more aggressive, if I remember correctly. But you know, I definitely have some favorites in here. We have some favorites, and that's what we're doing because we're completely factual and not at all subjective. This is the definitive rankings of these jerseys.
So are we telling them our favorites, or are we telling them what's actually the case?
Well, we're gonna tell them each other's favorites, but we're gonna tell them the real total ranking because our favorites is subjective. Our rankings is not.
it is not. So any of you who disagree with us down in the comments, let us know why you're wrong.
Exactly.
But we are going to be counting down from the worst team to the best team jerseys. And that starts us off there at number 32. Would you like to do the honors?
Good old Chicago.
Wrong again.
Oh shit, sorry. That's my 32. The Vegas Golden.
The Vegas Golden Showers came in at dead last. Number 6 on the ESPN rankings. Don't know what they are thinking with this. This is like the bad Vancouver jersey, but without the cool V on it. The lettering is stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hate it. Hate it.
Yeah, this is a pretty awful jersey. This wasn't my 32, but it's pretty damn close to it. This is just absolutely atrocious. I mean, I get it that Vegas doesn't really have a retro to really fall back on, but this ain't it, Chief.
You know, if they went with one of our names to begin with, the proper ones, and they were called the Las Vegas Strip, they could have had the silhouette of the woman pole dancing on the Vegas Strip sign and had a nice jersey.
Idiots, absolute idiots.
And coming in at 31, we have the Detroit Red and Black Wings. ESPN had them at number 14. This, I think, would have been all right if it were just all red and white. I like a classic look with that, the candy cane stripe. obviously it's dated, but it's supposed to be. These are retros.
Mm.
Um, I don't understand the black with it.
It's it's at best odd, and with that, it doesn't really fit Detroit. Um, and as weird as it is being one of the oldest teams in the league, Detroit really doesn't have a lot to fall back on in terms of retros, but
They don't even have this. They don't even have the stylized D on there.
no, this is yeah,
It's a failure.
this
Failure.
isn't complete failure.
Number 30, 25 ranked by ESPN, so they're getting a little bit better. The non-Smashville Nashville Predators.
Well, one major issue is I am not a fan of yellow as the primary of a jersey. I'm not a big yellow fan, so you're already in my doghouse with with how much yellow's used. That's
See, that doesn't bother me. I think the biggest killer for me is how dark that navy is.
yeah. I don't think this is a good jersey all around. I mean, that looks brown. The stripes on the sleeve to me. It's not a good jersey. This is ugly, and I appreciate the attempt for the logo. I think they've used that before, correct?
They have,
But it looks very NHL video gamey.
and it's also facing the wrong way.
That's also true. One of the rare left-facing logos. I see you, Philadelphia Eagles.
Coming in at 29, speaking of Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Flyers, 31 by ESPN. So still doing pretty decent here with their rankings here. It's just plain as fuck.
Yeah, that's you. You could have convinced me this was just their away jerseys. like, I don't know. There's nothing there. It's not like a bad looking uniform. Like just in general, but
I don't think it's a good looking jersey.
it's not. Yeah, it's very bland.
It's one of those that Greg Goldberg picked up from the fucking discount bargain bin.
Yeah.
Coming in at 28, 22 by the ESPN standings, the good old Chicago Rapists.
That alone gets a knock, but I guess it's a little bit more flavorful if you like. And it makes more sense to have red and black for Chicago, but I think it's uglier than Detroit's myself.
Yeah, the only reason we have them higher than Detroit is the black makes sense for them.
Yeah.
The red, black, white makes sense.
Yeah. Otherwise,
it's a worse take on a candy cane stripe jersey.
Yep.
And coming in at 26, not number 9, the Boston Bruins.
You missed 27, the Washington Capitals.
I did because I fucked it up all earlier. So, spoiler. 27, the Washington Capitals, who ESPN put at number 13.
I think this, for the fans out there, you're either going to love it. Depends on how you feel about their old uniforms. You either love them or you hate them. I think you and I are pretty much in the category of not really a fan of it.
Well, the biggest knock is how often I saw these jerseys in the playoffs back when they wore them. So a little bias, but factual bias.
Yes, exactly. And for me, I just don't think it's a good looking uniform. I don't think any part of this is good. So, not everything retro is good.
All right, so now can we get on to
the Bears?
Those beaners.
Yep. What?
The Pooh has returned. It's not a logo. It's a fucking picture of a bear,
It's a clip art of a bear.
and not a good clip art either.
Yeah.
Like I'd love to shit on their brown and yellow more, but actually I like it better than the black and yellow.
I mean, fair. It's it's whatever. I it's different. I'll give them that. That's about all I can say. I have up a little bit higher than you. I think that was more because I hated the ones below it more than I liked this one over it.
You know, we both had them right around this area, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just think I have them slightly ahead of where you had them, but not by a lot. And ESPN have it at 9. Dumbasses.
Well, you know one that they almost got right?
What's that?
Carolina Hurricanes. They were only off by 1.
Nice. The Hurricanes.
This they get a slight bump. This should be lower. They get a slight bump for hiding the hurricane flags in the sea, but they don't really work because of how straight and rigid they are.
Yeah, yeah. It's okay. I don't hate it. Don't love it.
So then we're on to number 24. Number 10 from the ESPN rankings, the Edmonton Spoilers.
What do you think? I think you have these higher than me. I think this is one of our bigger gaps.
I did have them higher, but I appreciate that they at least went back to an older logo with it. I'm not a fan of the stripes at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
The logo's not my favorite. I'm really glad that they went back to the classic, correct Edmonton Oiler jerseys.
Yeah. The more
this just brings back memories of Ryan Smith for me.
fair.
So they got a little bit of a bump up.
That's fair. For me, the more I look at this jersey, the more I hate it.
The same.
And
So we're gonna move on.
Yep.
To number 23, Pittsburgh Penguins 17 from ESPN.
Oops. Went the wrong way. It's
Like you couldn't convince me. Like you could tell me that this is their current home jersey, and I'd be like, I know.
Yeah. It's really
It's their current home jersey. What's different about it?
the logo's slightly different for their current model. But that's
Is that the current one that they're doing, or are they doing the skating penguin? I don't know.
Yeah,
They jump back and forth between them
That's true.
a little too often, to where you can't count either one as a throwback at this point.
I agree. To me, it would have been cool to make this logo with their blue coloration that they sometimes throw out for Winter Classics, but again, I don't hate as an overall jersey. It's not horrible, but it's not really a good retro reverse thing. So they get knocked for it.
Yeah. That was 23. Number 22.
The
The
Crackheads.
Crackheads. Number 24 on ESPN's incorrect list.
It's tough to fuck up their color scheme, but they did a good effort in doing it.
This would have got a big boost if that deep blue sea went all the way deep blue all the way down. Adding the extra layers on there defeats the purpose of it. The light blue aqua stripes on the sleeve are awkwardly placed when you put that up against the center of the jersey. Like everything else is lined up, and then that's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a lot more to say about that one.
Agreed. Missed opportunity. Granted, Seattle doesn't really have much in the way of retros.
Well, that is retro. It's their current logo.
Yes, that's true.
With they did the reverse retro the correct way. You can either go old logo, new colors, or new logo, old colors. In this case, they decided to go with their old logo and their new colors.
True.
Number 21, the Dallas Stars. 18 on ESPN.
18. I like the use of their current green with the uniform. I am not a fan of the white striping on the arm. I think that's really. I'm not a fan of that. That's not.
That was going to be my exact point on the big knock on this. Is that white is horribly used.
Yeah.
Like I would look at it and probably hate it on the star and on the lettering more if they didn't have it so piss poorly on the sleeves.
Agreed. But they do get a bump up because I still think this is an awesome logo. One of my favorites.
That was number 21. Now on to the top 20.
Woo!
The New York Rangers coming in at 16 on ESPN. So they like the classic look a little bit more than factual here. It really is kind of a nice jersey, though. I think we're done with the bad jerseys.
Mm-hmm. What kills this for me is I'm not a fan of the logo. This was pretty low on my list at 26. Just because I don't like the logo at all.
I think take your thoughts on the logo out and look at the jersey. I really like the alignment there of the stripes on the sleeve, how it comes up to that bottom point on the Statue of Liberty. I like that long red on the sleeves there. I think it's a really sharp jersey. I agree with you a bit on the logo. I don't think I hate it as much as you do, but definitely not a fan.
Yeah, just unfortunately, that's the biggest thing you see. For me, I like the attempt whenever that came around back in 2007, I think. So, I appreciate the unique attempt at it, but it's just, for me, not a good logo.
Number 19, the Toronto Maple Leafs. You're going to have to scroll down a ways here on the ESPN ranking all the way down to 29.
It's their current uniform, is it not? I mean, we can say the same thing about Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I know, but it's just a better looking jersey than Pittsburgh. Same knock to it as Pittsburgh's, but it's really nice looking jersey.
Yeah, it is a good looking jersey, and
first retros, and we're just like, hey, here's a jersey. What do you think of it? It's fantastic.
Absolutely.
The Columbus Jackets of Blue. Don't have far to scroll up there.
Nope. I might be a bigger fan of this uniform than most. Apparently, I like. Yeah, it has the Dallas Stars problem with the white stripe on the arms.
See, it doesn't bother me as much here as it does on Dallas's, but it's still not good. I think what helps this is you don't have the big white block letters in addition to it. So it looks smaller. That, and I think the stripes actually might be a little bit smaller.
They do look smaller. I'm a fan of this logo. I've always liked the idea of the Ohio flag wrapped around the star. Even though it doesn't really, I mean, it does make sense for the Blue Jacket name if you understand what a Blue Jacket actually is. I mean, it's blue on basically dark blue or black. It's a solid uniform. I like it.
The navy blue is a little too dark. The light blue is a little too dark. Close attempt. 17. Scroll up one more.
I like this.
The Ottawa Senators.
I have a.
So we agree. Boom, 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 right there with ESPN. They just got them too low.
That's true. I don't. This is an okay jersey. I like that logo. There's two distinct things that bother me. One, I despise the font of the numbers. For me, I look at. I don't like it, and the stripe coming off the logo just seems weird.
Well, it continues through on the other side also. Now, what I like with the stripes, if you look at the stripe on her right arm, that follows in the negative space on the stripes on the jersey. If you look at the stripes on her left arm, the bottom of it lines up with the top of the stripe coming down. So I think they're lined up just perfectly for that.
Yeah.
But everything, like, all my attention is drawn down towards the stomach more.
Mm-hmm.
You need something to bring the eyes up a little bit.
Yep, agreed. Hence why it's only 17 here on our factual list.
Here's one where we may have agreed with ESPN if they did it properly, because ESPN has them at 3, but the proper ranking is 16.
Okay.
Because again, you want to talk about that, your eyes being drawn down too far. This poor girl wearing this jersey, you can see how sad she is while wearing it, because she's like, my tits are not this saggy.
Absolutely.
You put a fat guy in that C is boom right on there. What are you bring it up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was a bit of a mistake on their part. Otherwise, it'd be a interesting jersey, a good-looking jersey.
So we talked about Columbus's with the blue, their navy being too dark, their lighter blue being too dark. This one's pretty close.
I agree, and I mean, light blue and dark blue is a really good combination to begin with. But, by the way, it was the 16. We have made the top half of our list. So congratulations, Montreal. Even though you make women look pregnant and fat guys even fatter, you make the top 16.
The Colorado Avalanche. Scroll down just a couple because ESPN has this team ranked a bit too high as well. They came in at number 5 there, but the correct ranking is 15.
I struggle with this one. There's moments where I'm like, I really like this uniform. And there are moments where I go, I really don't like this uniform. I go back and forth on this one a lot.
It's such a large white canvas with nothing going on.
Yeah.
This is a throwback to the Colorado Rockies. There's nothing rocky about this. They put it in the striping down at the bottom a little bit, but you can't see it.
Yeah.
It's like non-existent part of the jersey. I don't understand it.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
But it's a throwback to the Rockies. I wonder if anybody else did that. But until then, number 14, the Calgary Flames. Scroll all the way down.
Oh.
ESPN hated this jersey.
Yes, they did.
I really like that stark white logo on the black. But you have a little bit of white in the striping, but it's the thinnest stripe. There's not a lot else. Most of that white is just in that C, and I really like it.
I do agree, and with the yellow outline, I think it looks nice too. That the C itself is really good. I ding this
cross stripe. It just comes up so damn high.
That cross stripe is is bad. The
That
more I look at it, the more I
cross
hate.
stripe comes up to where that Montreal Canadiens logo was at.
Yeah. If you're gonna do that, go all the way up, make it look like a fucking robe.
Make it into a sash.
Yeah. I just.
All the players can wave.
Yeah.
Miss Congeniality goes to Jonathan Huberdeau.
Yeah. Otherwise, I do think it's a solid jersey, but that the cross stripe is.
That's the killer on it. The
Yeah.
rest of it, I think, is really damn sharp.
Yep, agreed. I think that's what if you read the little bit that they put onto their ESPN's website, the blurb that they put, they kind of mentioned something along those lines.
But again, that logo, like we've seen blackout jerseys, and they're some of my favorite. This is like an opposite with that stark white. It's like an all white, otherwise plain logo. But man, it works. I didn't think it would, but it really does.
I think the yellow accent helps that tremendously. That yellow outline, yeah. I think that's why it works so well. Is that yellow outline just gives it enough.
San Jose Sharks. Scroll all the way to the other end.
This is number 2 on the rankings.
Yeah, how are they this wrong on it?
I like it more than you do. I think pretty clearly. I have them ranked at number 8 myself. The more I look at, the more I like it. It's just kind of the opposite of Edmonton's for me. The more I look at, the more I like it. First off, it's a color pattern you just don't really see all that much, which is
but it's underutilized.
It is underutilized. I do agree with that. I'd like to see the opposite, maybe the teal be the prime area over the white, but I don't mind this.
You don't even have to go that route. Just bring the stripes up more onto it. Play around with that. Like, you're the damn Sharks, and like, there's nothing to it. I get the throwback to the Seals, but include something with you. Just, their logo doesn't just say Sharks with that stupid italic S on it. It's the color scheme that helps us out. Another thing that really throws me, and I'm just realizing this, is you have a thick yellow with the teal on the outside, except for on the bottom stripe, it's reversed. And it's confusing for me to look at.
Ah, gotcha. That one doesn't bother me, but I get where you're coming from on that.
Yeah, it's a cool color scheme. Lean into it more. Number 12. Again, scroll all the way to the other end. All the way.
Yep, this is the most hated jersey by ESPN.
And that's part of why it ranks higher. The proper ranking is 12 because of how much everybody hates it. I think it helps build it up. When we did the all-time team, we talked about this jersey and we picked players that made the team based off of, hey, they played at a time where they wore these fucking jerseys.
Yeah. It screams 1990s for sure, especially NHL jerseys. But I like this jersey. It's unique. It's fun. I think it's exactly what Tampa Bay had to do as an expansion team to get noticed.
You see this in other sports, not major North American sports, but you see this in others. And so I think it's kind of refreshing to see like a European take on jerseys, and this being the only team that does it.
Yeah.
So for the uniqueness of it, comes in at 12.
That's true.
Number 11, the Tampa Bay Lightning. What?
Oh, we just did that.
The Vancouver Canucks, I'm sorry. Number 11, the Vancouver Canucks, and ESPN is pretty damn close to getting this one right.
They are, and this is a jersey that I don't want to like. There's a lot here that says I shouldn't like this jersey for me, but I do.
If you get rid of the lumberjack and you put a Hartford Whaler logo on there, it's jumping up to number 1.
Fair.
Yeah, this, and I think that's the reason why it got bumped down. As low as it didn't make the top 10 because it's just for the wrong team. It's not the right color combination for Vancouver, but I think it's a really nice logo. I think it's a nice classic logo. It definitely hits the retro on there. Another missed opportunity here is how do you not have the model in a big fucking toque?
That's a good point.
That needs its matching fucking toque with the fucking fluff ball on the fucking end of it and everything. Again, they just didn't do enough, and not with the jersey. They didn't do enough with everything surrounding. It was a pretty nice jersey.
It is. It is.
All right, now that gives us into the top 10.
We are top 10 bound, and we're going to start with a team that's going to be nowhere near the top 10 in the standings, except on the bottom side of it.
Well, unless it depends. How many times are they playing Toronto this year?
Probably only twice, unfortunately, for them.
Well, yeah, that's not going to be enough to get them out of the basement then. The Arizona State Coyotes.
Dumbass scenario aside,
everything. This is one of these jerseys where it's so fucking bad, it's good.
Yep. And when I first saw this, I went, "This fucking thing is hideous."
But you can't stop looking at it.
But you can't stop looking at it, and then you start appreciating it for what it is.
Like I look at it and I'm like, oh well, we don't have the Kachina on there anymore. I'm like, what the fuck are you getting rid of that for? That's the best part of it. And then you look at what they replace it with, and you're like, that's fucking cool too.
Mm-hmm. I'm grow. This has grown on me, and it's sad because like the entire Arizona outfit has grown on me, and I really like their look now. And it's like, stop being so fucking embarrassing.
They really need to get their shit together because there's obviously somebody in the organization is doing their job properly. Just not the management for the hockey team.
I was gonna say maybe the only one.
Well, you can't blame the players either.
No, you can't. You can't.
They have to absolutely hate the situation. They got to be embarrassed as fuck over it. I won't say. Well, I'm gonna shit on the team all fucking year, deservingly so. Yeah. I hope I don't start shit talking the players because fuck, they got it rough, man.
Yeah, they really do, and not just for a short term either. This is multi-year.
Years.
It's just unbelievably stupid. Like this should be the thing that gets Gary Bettman gone from the NHL. It's not going to be, but it should have been.
Well, this is the Arizona's like his child, so
that's true.
So
and boy, has he raised him to be shit.
And then coming in at number 9, a jersey when it made its debut was mocked endlessly. Give it a decade or two. Man, 2 fucking decades, really.
Almost 3.
And it goes from a laughing stock shit jersey to holy fuck, these things are cool. Gordon Fisherman is back. The Colgate toothpaste swirl is back. This jersey's awesome.
For you, for a lot of people, it is. For me, no.
What are you wrong with them?
I will be wrong. I don't like these. I mean, they're okay. I don't mind them. I appreciate the nostalgia factor, but they're they're fucking hideous. I mean, maybe not hideous. I shouldn't say that, but they're like, for me, it's
Okay, I have a way to improve these already fantastic jerseys in a way that you would absolutely love it then.
how's that?
Give them the yellow trench coat. Make this a bright neon yellow.
Yeah, go big or go home, right? Go big or go home.
Number 8, the New Jersey Devils. All the way down at 20 for the incorrect rankings.
Jay, these jerseys have a familiar tone to them.
I don't know if I'd say familiar because I'm looking for it and they don't have the black and red. That looks like a blue. And isn't it supposed to be green and not yellow with it?
That's yes. I feel like their color scheme matches one that we did earlier.
You know what? A little bit. But you know, they got like peaks on the mountain up in their logo, so this might be a better Avalanche concept than what Colorado did.
Yeah. If anyone out there doesn't know that watches video, New Jersey used to be the Colorado Rockies. It makes a little bit more sense for them to go retro with the Rockies versus Colorado, which they could go to the Nordiques and
Colorado should have been the Nordiques and they'd be higher up here too.
Yeah. Actually, this jersey
aside, they should be penalized more.
Yeah, you're not wrong because they really don't lean into the Nordiques at all. Overall, this jersey though, it has less.
Red and blue clashes in an awkward way. I don't know why it works as well it does. They're trying to be okay. They gave up on the New Jersey Devils. They're like, let's be Colorado for a little bit. Let's be the Florida Panthers even more.
Let's be the 1996 Stanley Cup Series. Yeah, it just works. I mean, it's fine. It has very high up on our rankings at number 8. I would not have guessed that, but hey, this is completely factual, not all subjective. So
we gave massive bonus points here to the Colorado Rocky nostalgia. Done properly, Colorado. Colorado's the biggest reason this is ranked so high.
Yeah.
If Colorado did better on their jersey, then we wouldn't have had to have given a boost to New Jersey so much.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Then number 7, the Winnipeg Jets. You don't have far to scroll up on that one.
I think there's a bit of a disagreement with you and I on this one, but for different reasons other than you don't like them. It's more of a heartbreak for you.
Yeah, I'm really trying to take that out and look at it because, again, when you're a reverse retro, old logo, new colors, or new logo, old colors. This logo doesn't belong to them, but it's a Winnipeg thing.
Yeah.
Thank you for using it. And they kept their new color scheme with it. So it really fits in with the reverse retro theme. Like the whole definition of it that is embodied here in the Winnipeg Jets. But without that red in, it does. It hurts.
Yeah. That's completely understandable. I don't have that nostalgic bias that you have towards the old Jets. But I will say that I really, really like this uniform.
I do. I like the logo more than I like the striping.
Yeah, the logo's super sharp in those colors.
Now, if they didn't go, they should have gone back instead of doing the '90s Winnipeg Jets jersey. They should have gone back just a little bit more into the '80s, given that the long racing stripes down the sleeves. I think would have looked better with this color combination.
That would have been pretty cool. I agree with that.
Not quite our top 5. And roughly ranked correctly. Number 6, the St. Louis Yellows.
Yeah, again, biases here of against the color yellow. Just that is way too much of a bright ass yellow. I don't like bright yellow. It's one of my least favorite colors, so it gets knocked several spots for me. But
that blue with the yellow is so perfect.
It does
it's
work
almost a teal. Like they put just a little bit of that teal twist to it, but not much. I like the St. Louis font on it. The note on there, I think is fantastic. The shoulder stripes. I'm normally not a big fan of shoulder stripes like that. I think it works fantastic with these. I love this jersey.
I think it is a good looking jersey. I have like a lot lower than our actual rankings are, but a lot of that's because that much yellow always gets low on my list. I hate that type of bright yellow. But I agree. Other than that, I mean, that's my only complaint. And yeah, the everything else is fucking amazing. This is a well designed jersey.
My personal, again, because this is factual, not opinion. My opinion is this is the 3rd best jersey of the ranking. So just so you guys know, we're not being biased.
No.
I have this at 3. Facts say 6.
Yeah, and I had Winnipeg at 3. So, and they were 7th. Because the Lunchroom Syndicate, what we do is we take biases out, bitches. Anyway, top 5 time. The best of the best.
Anaheim Ducks. They're going to have to scroll down a little bit. ESPN got this wrong, putting them at 15. Now, when I first saw this, I saw it cropped basically to just the logo, and it looks so damn plain. And I'm like, I don't even know why this is a thing. But then I saw the actual jersey, and I'm like, okay, there's the rest of it with the striping on the bottom. It's a nice jersey.
It is. It hits what we think that reverse retro means. It's a great logo. It's using the new color with the old logo. I love this jersey. I love this jersey. I wish I would have ranked it higher, to be honest with you, now looking at it. But we have some really good jerseys ahead of it, too. I don't understand why this is 15. I really don't.
No, it's a great jersey.
Yeah. But here at the Lunchroom Syndicate, we have 4 jerseys that are undisputably better. Jay, what's number 4?
One that ESPN got right. The Los Angeles Kings. The Royals. The purple. The gold.
Yes, indeed. Purple and yellow. And I've talked about my hatred of the color bright yellow, especially bright yellow. But yellow as a secondary accent color to me is perfect. I love yellow as a secondary. And for me, it's a secondary here. I love the logo. I love the uniform. This is just amazing.
Yeah, it's great. I think the only thing that would have made this better is as a purple jersey.
Yeah, which I think they did last year, or they had last year. I think was the opposite, but I could be wrong on that. They might have had that in the past just as a regular throwback. But yeah, this is just a really nice uniform.
The logo is well constructed on here. Like, you can see all the fine details on this. And you know the best part about this jersey?
What's that?
They're not going to be able to wear those chrome fucking helmets with it.
Oh, thank God. What are... Oh, God, I hate those things. Like, them and the Knights, man. They missed an opportunity to both wear their chrome-ass helmets. Chrome gold and chrome silver. That would have been funny as fuck. But God, those are ugly.
But this jersey is not. Coming in at number 4. We are now into our top 3. The next 2, number 2 and 3. ESPN, you done did a fuck up, man. Number 3, number 23, according to ESPN. The Buffalo Sabres.
if you want to say, they shouldn't have went white, he should have went with a blue, a blue overall jersey and went with that route. Fine, I think that might have made it better. I'm not saying it would have, but you realize,
I take this jersey in both a home and an away.
yeah. But you and I talked about it last night when we talked about these jerseys initially. The white accents in the white in the buff in the goat head are amazing.
Yeah.
But you know what I love even more about this? This is like a double reverse retro because the color scheme is more Buff-a-Slug.
Yeah.
And like I love that they incorporate both retros to that. And I think that's a bit of a hidden detail in that. I love it.
So the knock here, I'm going to read it word for word from the dumbasses. Sorry, but this just doesn't work. The goat head logo loses its magic when stripped away from the red, black, and silver color scheme that evoked images of Dominik Hasek's saves and Miroslav Shatan goals. Wrong on all counts. There's no Buffalo jersey, past, present, future, that would ever not evoke images of Hasek saves and Shatan goals. Fuck you.
Agreed.
I think it's fantastic. I think it does bring back the memories from the 90s. Like you said, it brings back memories from the Buff-a-Slug and the 2016. That was so fantastic.
And that means more to me because that's basically when around the time I met you and became a fan of the Sabres by proxy. Yeah.
I think it pretty much does encapsulate that era. I don't know that this takes it back far enough to like the early 90s. This doesn't give Gilbert Perreault vibes to it. But for our generation, this jersey's made for us. Fucking love it.
Absolutely.
Number 2. Scroll up just a couple there. The Minnesota Wild. If I were to buy one of these jerseys, it would be this one.
Yeah, this is.
And you know what? I'd throw a throwback name on there too. I know he never played for him. You know, I'd have Mike Modano on the back of that, though.
Oh, absolutely. He's probably still one of my all-time favorite players, period. Obviously, he didn't play for the Wild, he played for the Stars, but nonetheless, the North Stars, which is where the...
Oh, a Neil Broden on the back of that? Woo! No, I love this jersey.
You know, I will just say it is weird to have so many teams throw back to a team that exists somewhere else. Right, you know, so it is weird to me. But if you're the Minnesota Wild, to me, switch your color schemes to this, make this your primary, and fucking be one of the best looking teams in the league. I know there's going to be some weird legal shit with that where you probably can't do that, but man, this is so much better than what they currently have.
Well, I have a workaround with it because you have a little bit you can see up in the NHL shield, a little bit of orange, and it almost comes across as a red. Do you remember using the logo? It was this green and yellow logo, but they had the red highlights in. Yeah, I know it was forest fire, but you know that's kind of that was
wildfire.
It looked fucking sharp.
It did.
So if you can't get away with just having the green and yellow like this, throw a little bit of red in there too. But come on, this is an amazing fucking jersey.
Yeah. And I just want to point out how much it works. The green and yellow works inside the logo itself.
Yeah, it actually makes sense. Yeah. Their current version of that logo, it's hard to read. This you can read really well.
This is. And I know we have one more above this. This is almost the perfect uniform.
This was my personal number one.
Yeah. I have it at 5, and I'll explain to you why. The only reason I have it 5 and I have it ranked way too low, or looking at it, I have it too low, is because I just genuinely like the Kings, Winnipeg, and Buffalo just slightly better. But I think as a because the other jerseys I don't think could be like a primary. It is an alternate. It is a throwback, and it's where it should stay. This one
should be their jersey.
Be their primary.
Yeah. Yeah, home run on this one. And then the undisputed number 1. I think is this the only one that ESPN got correct?
I believe so.
I was thinking they may have accidentally got another one correct, but I don't remember who it would have been.
No, not that I'm aware of. I feel like they may have had one, but
I know they were really close on a few.
They were close on a few.
But they did get the Florida Panthers correct. Now, the reason my personal taste doesn't have this at 1, I think it loses it once you get the red built into it. Like when I saw it on the zoomed in version, just on the logo in the center. Oh, loved it. Absolutely love it. Smashed it. Home run. Number 1. Move on with your life. The red throws it off a little bit for me, but fuck, this is Florida. Yeah, this is a South Florida jersey. It looks like it belongs in South Florida. They have not done that with any of their jerseys ever.
No.
And I think the Marlins have done a good job in the past, but they didn't hold on to it long enough.
No.
This is a South Florida jersey.
This is a South
Florida jersey. Again, this should be. I can't even say that because I'm a big fan of that. Their cross the chest stripe too.
Yeah. I don't know if I would like this as a primary because it is pretty out there. For NHL team, this might be too far out there. The one aspect I will say, you talked about the red kind of loses for you. I will agree slightly, but I will only agree with that on the shoulders. I think they should have just had that entirely that light blue, not adding that red up top. I like the red stripe at the bottom though. Red stripe, hooray, beer! But I do. This is almost a so bad it's good too in a way because it should be a hideous jersey, but it just fucking like you said works for South Florida. The logo works, which they do have this logo. I think is their secondary logo on their uniforms, if I'm not mistaken. But using it as their primary, I like this. I love it.
But okay, so why the red doesn't work for me is you have a sky blue, and you have the yellow sun on the sky blue. It's such a literal take on what you think of with South Florida.
You're absolutely right.
Now the red, okay, you got a little bit of your sunrise or your dusks and dawns in there. Then what the fuck's up with the dark blue with it?
Ocean?
Yeah.
I agree. I'm
going that route. Look at what Seattle did, and Seattle did that properly.
Yeah, or should have.
Doesn't make sense. I don't get it. So if you're going to keep the red in there, then you have to throw something else in there that evokes a sunrise or a sunset instead of the dark blue, or keep the dark blue and get rid of the red.
Fair.
But again, it sounds like we're tearing this fucking jersey apart, but it is the best reverse retro jersey of the 2022-23 NHL season.
It is. Well, Jay,
so let us know which one you are going to go out and buy down in the comments below. Tell me why you're choosing something other than Minnesota. Because I got to call somebody a dumbass at some point. It's almost hurting me not to say it.
ESPN is
stupid as fuck.
A dumbass, little word. But yeah, sure. All right.
But that does it for the jerseys. And coming up here shortly, we have the San Diego Padres and LCS.
Until next time.